BET3593 is a system used to evaluate the quality of work in building construction project. It ensures that tasks such as practical work, mechanical and electrical system and external work are done correctly and to a high standard. This helps improve the reputation of contractor and project owners, giving them an edge to the construction industry. By using QLASIC, project can be complete with better quality and fewer errors. For the objective, first benchmark the quality of workmanship, set the quality standard for Block X. Second, standard quality assessment, provide a standard way to evaluate work quality. Third, compile data for statistical analysis, collect data to analyze and improve.
So I will explain about the methodologies for classic. So classic assessment process is a procedure that ensures construction project which meets CIDB quality standard. It consists of these three elements which are scheduling and preparations, inspection procedure, and finally is scoring documentation. So we go through the first one, which is scheduling and preparation. It is to ensure the readiness for the classic assessment and smooth execution of the process. So for the scheduling, the project team coordinates with CIDB to schedule the assessment classic, which is to identify and prepare the scope of work and areas that has to be assessed. So for the preparation, we'll be conduct a preliminary internal quality check to identify and rectify defect before the official assessment. We have to prepare relevant documents such as architectural drawings, inspection plans, and site access details. Preparation also to ensure the site is accessible, clean, and safe for the assessors. So for number two, which is inspection procedure, it is a systematically evaluate workmanship quality based on predefined criteria. So it has a few stage of inspection, which is briefing, sampling, assessment, and non-conformance. So the last one is scoring and documentation. It is to record result and calculate classic scores. So for the scoring, it will based on the quality standard outline, and each of the component is given a score with a point that will deducted for defects or deviations. For the documentation, the inspectors have to prepare a detailed report summarizing, and the report need to be include areas inspected, defects observed, and the final score for each section and the overall project. Photograph and remarks accompany with the assessment for the clarity in the documentation. So the classic will certificate is issued to the developer if the project meets the quality benchmark.
Let's move to the result of QLASIC assessment for Block X. Firstly, for the area of inspection, the inspection was carried out in three locations. Firstly, the classroom as the principal location. Secondly, the sideway as the circulation location. And thirdly, the toilet as the service location. For the assessment result, from the inspection, we found that there were 55 compliant checks out of 114 total of checks. The weightage score for internal finishes was 27.24%, and for M&E fittings it was 2.12%. The overall quality score for Block X was 29.36%. Now let's move to the discussion part. The discussion part include the main quality issue. Firstly, for the classroom floors, four issues were observed, which are finishing, hollowness, alignment and evenness, and jointing. Firstly, we found that they have a stain mark and uneven color tones were found on the floor surface. And secondly, we also found that hollow sound were detected in some areas in the classroom, showing possible voids underneath. And thirdly, the floor was uneven with noticeable irregularities. And lastly, the jointing between the floor and the walls was inconsistent, affecting the overall look.
I would like to continue the presentation where the assessment of the corridor circulation area in Block X. In Block X finds various flaws in its structural and functional components. Starting with the floor, flaws such as poor finishing, irregular alignment, and a lack of evenness suggests inspection to detail during installation. Furthermore, cracks and damage raise questions about the floor durability. Despite these flaws, the existence of hollowness or delamination. Furthermore, while the doors and interior fixture generally work properly, they are plagued by a number of problems, including poorly made joints, appearance gaps, material deficiencies, and accessory-related concerns. Similarly, mechanical and electrical fittings have flaws such as misplaced component, joints gaps, and low material quality. Next, an investigation of the toilets at Block X identified multiple flaws in various components. The floors, walls, and ceilings all had poor finishing, with visible issues such uneven surfaces, peeling, and joint faults. The toilet facilities, which are among the most important services in Block X, require immediate maintenance to solve a variety of issues. From floor to ceiling, every component had poor finishing and alignment, which was exacerbated by material faults and accessories difficulties. Resolving these issues will not only improve the toilet's visual appeal, but also their functional and long-term sustainability, resulting in a more user-friendly environment. As a result, a complete restoration plan must be devised and followed to successfully solve these difficulties while also improving the facility's overall quality.
So for the conclusion is we can conclude that the QA/QC ensure the safety of equipment, procedure and materials for employers while maintaining production quality. Also, QA/QC primary responsibilities is to ensure the contractor and construction teamworks meet the minimum quality requirement. And lastly, Classic, which use a credit system to objectively evaluate construction quality and craftsmanship. It helps assess contractor performance and enhance overall project quality assurance. So that's all for our group.